Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome back to what is a beautiful day on the Finca. You can see the sky behind us, not a cloud in it. Bit of a rough night though.
Ooh, was it?
Torrential rain, hailstones everywhere was white this morning with hail. They forecast 75% chance of more thunderstorms tonight, but right now it's absolutely glorious. Sun's belting down, making loads of power, which is good.
Excellent.
So what are we on today?
I've got to nip into town to drop off the 2 parcels that were delivered. It was the wrong stuff. We've still been waiting all this time for them to collect it, and it's not happening. So now they've said, can we drop them into town to a collection point? So
then we get our refund.
And then we get our money back, yeah. So I need to do that, and I also need to get the garlic planted.
Yes, we do. We're a bit late with that.
We're a bit late, so yeah.
But we'll get it in. It should be all right.
Oh, it'll be fine.
It takes a long time.
Yeah,
you're confident. Sounds confident. I'm gonna hopefully get that grouting done on the tiles upstairs. Get the rest of the cladding finished off. Get the sockets in and cut the hole for the other socket on the stone wall. I think that's it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
everything's
so.
Walked, everything's fed, everything's
mucked
watered,
out.
mucked out. So yes, crack on. So I'm back upstairs, back on the Finca. I had a reasonable day yesterday. It was all right doing the steel work for this a garage roof. That all worked all right. And on the way back, my friend was kind enough to nip me to the builder's merchants to pick up my grout. Saved me going out this morning, even though Sharon had to go into town anyway. So what I want to do today is try and get all these joints filled, make them all nice, tight, watertight, all that. And then, if you can make it, just see the bottom down there, get the last couple of boards in there with a socket, bounce the wire along to the stone wall there, and hopefully make a hole in that for the socket we're having over there. So I've got me, what's it called? Is it a grouting trowel? I don't know. It's a rubbery thing. It's soft on the edges to press the grout into the joints on the tiles. So I'm going to mix some up and get on with it. So I've got my grout mixed. Same again, not a lot, because I'm not very fast. When you mix your grout, you want it pretty thick. I don't know, like soft ice, green maybe. Don't know how to describe it. And always add your grout to your water. Not the other way around, they'll end up with a big lump. Once we've mixed it, we need to let it stand for 10 minutes. I don't know why, but that's what it says on the instructions. So I'll do that. So 15 minutes later, we're all ready. It looks pretty good anyway. All we do, take a bit of our thing and press it into the joints. Just like that. I'm trying to do this awkwardly so you can see. Right, I'll carry on properly now. So when we've filled our gaps, grouted our gaps up, or in my case rendered it, just let it go off for a little bit. It does go hard on the tiles, but give it a few minutes, and then all we do is wash it down with a damp cloth to get all the residue off. So I'll give it 10. So we'll just take our damp cloth and just wipe them all down, get all the excess off. Bit like that. And make them all nice and pretty, so I'll carry on and get that done. Right, there we go, most of the mess is cleaned off. What I usually do as well is run down all the joints to make them all nice and neat and tidy. This will dry with like a white haze on it when it dries, but that buffs off really easily with a dry cloth to leave them all nice, clean and polished. So we'll let that dry and then get on with something else, which in this immediate case is lunch.
Here I am with my garlic. I've got 4 shop bought organic cloves, and these are our 2 that we saved from our own produce this season. So I'm just going to break them up into individual cloves. I said cloves, didn't I? I meant bulbs. Break them up into individual cloves, and then we'll go and plant them. Last year, if you remember, if you've been watching all the videos, we planted just 1 bulb, and out of that we got 14 bulbs of garlic. So this year we're going big style, and we're going to plant these 6, and yeah, hopefully we'll get a lot more, because we ran out after 2 months because we eat garlic with everything. So yeah, I'll crack on.
So Sharon's on with the garlic. That's a rustling you can hear in the background.
Sorry.
I've just cut 4 lengths, which means 4 lengths to go on the bottom here. We've decided we're not having a socket in the bottom here. We're just going to have 1 between our 2 chairs over there, because we're on solar. We're trying to get away from electrical things. I think 2 sockets over there will be ample with these 2 here. Yeah, we're just trying to get away from this electric stuff. So that's the reason for that. So what I need to do is just bounce the cable off my junction box here, run it round there, terminate it in a junction box against our wall, and then get these nailed in place. Then we can buff our tiles off. If you can see already, they've got a proper white haze on them. So let's crack on. So I've got my cable, I've skinned the outer sheathing off. I just need to put it in my junction box down here, terminate it in this one over there, and then it's ready to do whatever I need to do with in the future. So we'll get that done next, and then we can get our boards on. Look at all this lovely garlic, it smells beautiful in here. Right, so that's my junction box terminated. As you can see, the power's back on. These are all live, don't be licking them. All I've got to do now is pop the lid on this. When I want to put my socket in, I just another cable straight from my socket, straight into these. Job done. So he's just going to lie behind here. This is a stack of, apart from the offcuts, a stack of floorboards that are going down in here. They're in here because you should actually keep your boards that you're putting down, and any timber you're using in a room in there for a few weeks, and you know, the longer the better, really, so it can acclimatise to the moisture content and everything in the room. Makes for a better job in the long run. So I'm just going to drop him down there, out of the way, and then get my boards nailed onto the wall. The final boards. This is the final electrical wiring. The only bit that remains is to just wire the socket into this, which I can do at a later date. So that's the result as well.
That's done. I've got 47 cloves out of the shop bought ones. This is our garlic. There's 24 cloves there. I'm going to plant those in a separate area so that we can see which do the best. But as I say, these are organic, so there's no reason why they shouldn't grow. And these little pile here, these are my discards, because they really are so tiny, it's not really worth planting them. So I need to just add some more compost to the 2 beds that we're going to use. They need to be planted about a thumb's depth down, plus the bulb. So if you imagine that plus that, I don't know what that is, about 4 inches maybe, and then 6 inches apart. So I'm going to go and do that, and then yeah, I'll show you when it's done.
So the last 4 boards are going on. Fantastic. It says some of them are curlier than others. That's it. Ease in. need to insulate down here because this is the thick bit of the wall. Right, so I'll get the last 3 in. You can see by this what we've got to deal with and how much the floor slopes. I might not even get a board in at that left hand end. Might have to just jiggy it down a bit, so we'll have a go anyway. Right, it's in. I did have to cut some off it, just a little bit, and that's how much the floor slopes down still, even in this distance, although it's not apparent. So next, I'm going to ump those bags of compost for Sharon to get the garlic in, and then buff off my tiles.
These are the 2 beds that we were talking about. I'm going to put some fresh compost on the top. Andy's going to help me with that because I can't lift the bags, and then get them in. We've digged our holes. We've got 40 in this bed. I've got the remaining 7 of the shop bought ones to go in here, and then the rest, 24 of our own cloves. I forgot to tell you, we plant them that way round, if you can see, with the little tail sticking up. Doesn't really matter, sometimes they go in a bit sideways, they sort themselves out, but ideally that way round. And then once we've got them in, we just cover the hole over, water them in, although they don't need much water after last night's storm, and wait until June.
Super. Sharon's just finishing the garlic off. I don't know if you can see the white haze on this, but I'm just going to buff it off with a clean dry cloth. It comes off really easily. And look at them, don't they look better? Well, most of it comes off really easily. It's amazing how much is still on, even though you wipe them with a damp cloth. Right, there we go, looking good. So I'll carry on and get them finished off. There we go, how do they look? They're actually, I've had a few comments about them being blue. Doesn't show up that well on the camera, but they're actually a turquoise colour. But yeah, we personally think they look great against the wood and stuff, and against the white walls as well. So yeah, they're all done, just need to trim them off now, but I think the next thing I'm going to do is get this returning on this worktop, and Sharon can finish oiling this last bit off, and we're making progress. So Sharon's just taken the dogs for their evening hurtle about. They're very fast, you know. I'm just going to tidy up a bit in here, and then it's time to feed everything. The cats, 7 cats, a donkey, a goat and 2 dogs. Takes a bit of doing that as well. Get the fire cleaned out, sort some wood out for later, then feed ourselves. So that's us for today. We've got plenty to do still, but not that will probably be of much interest to you guys. So we hope you enjoyed today's video, and thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to the channel. Little red button below. If you click the bell and select all, you'll get notified by YouTube every time we upload a video, which is coming 6 days a week. Thanks so much to all our current and new subscribers, and of course all the people that supported the channel. You're all fantastic, and we'll see you tomorrow.